I really love your shoes. Where did you get them? Do you want to be friends? Making friends as a child is quite simple and easy. You can go up to a random stranger and ask them, do you want to be friends? And they probably will say yes. Making friends as an adult is slightly trickier. So here's my playbook on how to make friends as an adult. Say you're at a random location and you spot someone who looks interesting. They could be reading a book you might like, they might have bold hair, interesting tattoos, or maybe they just look kind and like the kind of person you want to get to know. How do you strike up a conversation? There are two methods I like to use. They can use being in conjunction with each other, interchangeably, whatever you would like, but these are the two methods. Method 1. Ask them to do you a simple but small, easy to do favor. This could be holding your jacket, borrowing a pen, borrowing some tissues, whatever it is, as long as it's easy to achieve. Once they do you this favor, show your appreciation and see if there's an opportunity to segue into a conversation. Method 2 is, if there's a conversation, try and point out an observation. The observation doesn't need to be a compliment, but it shouldn't be an insult. For example, oh, I saw you arrive quite late to the party. Are you okay? Or, I really love your shoes. Where did you get them? Avoid observations that comment on something they can't change, like their height, and do not make any assumptions about this person. Do not compare them with anyone else either. You look like my sister. Do you know her? Kinda weird. At this stage, it's important to create positive vibe. People might not always remember what you said or how you said them, but they will remember how you made them feel. If the observations you are making about them are superficial but detailed, then they will feel seen without being creeped out. After a decent conversation or enough rapport has been built, give them an opportunity to have space. The purpose of this is to avoid stifling your new friend or making them feel uncomfortable. Ask them if they would like to join you in a second location, like across the room or at the balcony where there's space to talk, where it's not quite as loud. And if they follow you, they are likely to be engaged and want to be your friend. If they decline, then you should probably leave them alone. Excuse yourself for a moment and see if there's an opportunity to re-engage later. For example, if you excuse yourself to go to the bathroom and you come back out and you see them with their heads down, headphones in, then they don't want to be approached. If they were waiting for you to come back, then that's a great sign. It potentially means the opportunity to move the friendship to the next level. Stage 2. You know those friendships where you're either friends at school or at work and you're not quite sure if you're really friends because you haven't really seen them in a different context? It's important to see them in a different context so your brain takes note that this person is willing to spend their free time with you outside that specific time and space. This could be asking for coffee, asking for lunch, going for a walk, or training to do sports together, whatever it is. It's preferable that this is one-on-one so you can focus your attention on them and have a conversation and get to know them. Find a quiet space and time where it's not rushed to open up the space and start talking about your own passion, your own projects, ask for recommendations, opinions, and advice. Invite them to talk about themselves. Be curious and ask about their interests. Questions you can get to know someone deeply. Yeah. Personally, I prefer to start my own answers to the question before asking someone else to answer my own question, to give them a reference point of what kind of conversation you would like. It's difficult for people to be vulnerable if you're not vulnerable yourself. If they have short answers, be patient or follow up with extra questions. You don't need to be the most interesting person in the room, but you don't need to force the other person to pour their heart out. Stage 3. Reduce friction. If you haven't already established a line of communication, make an excuse to message them and open the channel. Move the communication online or create consistency through constant exposure. This means create a routine where you routinely see them. If you need an excuse to hang out, create one. It could be concerts, study sessions, dinner, or even just projects together. Give them a reason to be excited to see you. Excitement towards the activity might transfer to you and solidify the friendship. This means remembering details of what they told you and check up with them every now and again. If you don't have anything scheduled, try to find common interests where you can discuss and do things together. This could be small updates of your life to keep them in the loop, or perhaps just questions. At this stage, the efforts should be more or less reciprocal. So if it's not, then perhaps you need to reflect on why. And that's it. If you have a friend in stage 3, then you probably have a pretty good friend. Friendships can come from anywhere, and I really like the saying that luck is preparation meeting opportunity. This could not be more true for making friends. While it's quite rare for you to be able to make friends with everyone, you can increase your chances of meeting someone by changing your environment that is conducive for friendship. This could be a school, this could be a sports club, this could be a library. To make new friends, you must be willing to put yourself out there and try new things. This might be saying yes to the party you were invited to, or creating a party yourself. Whatever it is, I hope this video was helpful, and if you want to see more videos like this, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you!